Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we're not answering a question. We're actually discussing an article that friend of the channel, David, sent to me, and this is a little bit wild. I've seen this in a couple different places, and I wasn't sure that it was being reported correctly because while I love it, it doesn't make that much sense. But I love it, and we'll see what happens. So here's what it is. And David sent me an article. This was penned by the law firm Sullivan and Cromwell. If you're looking for an employment defense firm, you could do much worse than Sullivan and Cromwell, let me assure you. But I'll really quick read the blurb from their site. And this is from January 6th of 2023, and I've just been dragging my heels on talking about it because I thought there had to be something else. It's like some more information, something. Okay, here we go. And this is from their piece, Legal Developments Affecting the Workplace. I'll read it. On January 5th of 2023, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, as you might know them, issued a notice of proposed rulemaking that, if implemented, would prevent employers from entering into non-compete clauses with workers and require employers to rescind existing non-compete clauses. This action comes one day after the FTC obtained its first ever consent agreements against three companies, for imposing non-compete restraints on workers under the theory that it was in violation of Section 5 of the FTC Act, which generally prohibits unfair methods of competition. Now, that's great. Non-compete agreements are bad for workers, very bad for workers. They give leverage to employers, take it away, take it out of the hands of employees, so I don't like them. So I love this. Caveat. The legal theory that the FTC is pursuing this under disturbs me. And I know I'm quibbling here, but like, to me, this very clearly is not a power the FTC has. To me, and I understand there's like going to be legal battles about this and all this stuff, and they're like, well, we've done it 3 times. Not really. I mean, it really hasn't been tested by a real court. And I don't like this current iteration of the U.S. government where agencies just make sweeping rules and hope no one challenges them. Because in the U.S. system, that's for the legislature, right? That's for elected officials to do. Not mid-tier federal employees that don't get paid very much and don't generally work very much. But, you know, I mean, I love this. This is amazing. I just worry if the FTC steals this power and gets away with it, what will they do next? Because there's not really that many checks and balances on their power. It's just, there's not as many as I would like, at least. But that being said, I am being unreasonable here because this is objectively great news. And listen, it's not the law yet. This is something that's going to wind its way through various procedural developments and then eventually potentially through the courts. And you might even see, you know, Congress might get involved, right? Because at the end of the day, non-compete agreements are a big deal for a lot of folks who are major political donors. And there's no question that Congress can supersede the actions of the FTC here. So, you know, those political donors might call up their bought and paid for politicians and say, hey, what are you doing? There's some unelected officials who are going to harm my business interests. Get on top of that. And our Congress people might, in fact, get on top of that, which makes me sad. But is the system we live in today. So this is all very preliminary. I just thought it was really cool. David sent it to me, and I think his feelings, he'll chime in below in the comments, I'm sure. But I think his feelings on the topic are perhaps similar. He might agree with me at least that the FTC was being a bit aggressive, a bit bold with their seizing of powers they may or may not have here. But heck, if it gets rid of non-compete agreements in the U.S., well, I'd rather see it done by a law that was passed by elected officials, to be honest. That's just, It is what it is. I'm going to say that. This makes me a little uncomfortable. Like and subscribe if this is helpful. If it's not, don't. I'm not helping you. Don't give me that like and subscribe. I don't deserve it. Take care.